All right, that's good to hear. So we'll be officially starting the event in just a few. But before we do, we want to invite everyone to start networking. We're all here, everyone has their own business, and it's a great time to collaborate and get to know one another. But before we begin our networking session, I first want to introduce our lovely business owners in the back. As you can see, we do have some vendors here who own their own products and are gracing us with their presence. So I'm going to go to each one and they're going to introduce themselves to you, starting with this lovely woman right here.
Hello, good evening. Please, Sabina Carmel, the CEO of EUO and Escrow Outlets. I sell local dry goods, exports from them.
Thank you so much. Now we're moving over to Silk Haven. Please introduce yourself.
Hello, everyone. You're welcome. I'm Jabez. I'm not the owner of Silk Haven. It's quite organized. You're welcome to Silk Haven and South Management Products. We sell silk fabrics as well as fruit parts, non-dated ones especially. You are free to walk in at any time to have a look at our wonderful products. Thank you.
All right, thank you. Now moving on to our next business owner.
Hi everyone, that's Delia Snatch. So we take care of women. That's basically what we do. We make women look good. So if you want to look good, lose weight, have flat tummy, get your waist snatched, then come to this table. We have reduced the price for just this program. So come here and get snatched. I'll be waiting.
All right, ladies, if you want to do snatch, get your waist snatched, you know where to go. All right, and now we're heading over to Lions Destiny.
Hello, good evening. My name is Abigail Okine, the CEO of Lions Destiny Enterprise. We are into the production of organic hair and body cream, and also produce organic aloe vera oil. Actually, and our sideboard, your sidelines, at some because of it, they were rusty. Now, I'm at Tetian to but your tribune. Maybe it's an alopecia, how you are suffering from alopecia. You have hair, but it's not thick. You want to thicken your hair, you want to get the volumes you want. Please visit our stand and we'll sort you out. Just tell us your hair issue and it will make you glad. Thank you very much.
Your next business partner, this might be your next sponsor for your event or your products. You don't know who's in this area. So take time to connect and get to know new people, add each other on WhatsApp, on Instagram. But I'm expecting 3 new friends by the end of this session, okay? Okay, all right, let's start the music up and then we'll get started. We'll go for about 5-10 minutes. Begin.
Want to see you dancing. You, all of you. You guys are all lovely, looking beautiful. You are at Mum-preneur, and this is especially for you. So those of you not dancing, what are you doing? Awesome. All right, so I believe that 2 very, very difficult tasks in the world is to be a mother and to be an entrepreneur. It's no mean feat to be a mother, number 1. Number 2, it's equally, extremely challenging to be an entrepreneur, especially in this part of our world. However, I truly believe that mothers need to be honored. Likewise, entrepreneurs need to be celebrated for their great endeavors. Better, Thank you.
Thank you so much, Kali, for the introduction. Good evening.
Good evening.
Amazing mompreneurs. And I'm really honored to be hosting this session, which, as the mompreneur team, we title The Resilient Story. One reason why I love this event, as Kali said, our host, that two difficult things to do is being a mother and being an entrepreneur. It's not easy. I mean, I have seen my sister with her children not being able to sleep at night. They are crying. And you have to wake up the following morning, making sure that your business is not making losses. Your husband is also demanding the wife duties. It's not easy. So, I believe each and every mompreneur here deserves a round of applause. Let's appreciate ourselves. It's not easy. Some of us have 3, 4, 2, even 1 child. It's not a joke. To raise them and still be running your business. If you are sitting here, you have a business running, you are seeing make profit, you are not giving up, even when you make losses, and you are here, and your mental health is okay. Please appreciate yourself. You deserve all the celebration. Because it's not on the ground, it's not easy. So for this session, we are going to do something. This session is inspiration. This session is encouragement. There's something that, as a believer, as someone who believes in the word of God, the scripture says that there's nothing new under the sun. So, with this session, one purpose for this session is to make us know that you are not the only one going through what you're going through. And that should give you support. That should give you encouragement. That should inspire you. And I believe as we are all here, in as much as we are here to network, to celebrate ourselves, celebrate one another, and also hear from our wonderful speakers, to learn more and in the long run, to advance our business and our role as a mother. Even as we have people, fellow mompreneurs sharing their stories, we will be inspired. This takes me back to the first edition of Mum-preneur, and I was honored to still host a panel discussion of mothers in business.
Content on my Instagram, my Facebook, because I was into social media a lot. That was when I got married in 2019. So I had a lot of engagement from my followers, and I prepared this local food. That was wasausa. Please, any of you who knows wasausa? It's a northern food. Like, it looks very black as compared to acheke. So I prepared I prepared the wasausa, and people were very, they were so surprised I was able to prepare wasausa, because it's very challenging preparing wasausa. So I had most of my followers wanted me to prepare the wasausa and then sell to them. So I started selling the wasausa. That was in 2020. I sold the wasausa for just 2 weeks, and the work was very hard, so I had to stop. And my mom too was very sick, so I had to stop selling the wasausa and then concentrate on myself. So I was into skincare too. So I started selling skincare products. And I sold the skincare products for, let's say, for about 2 months, and I got pregnant. So I had to stop. So I stopped for about a year, and I had the baby. I couldn't work anymore, so I had to stop. And when my baby was 8 months old, I was so dependent on my husband. So I didn't want to be dependent on my husband. So I had to just start selling the wasausa again. So I started selling the wasausa, and people were mocking me. Why are you selling wasausa? Such a beautiful lady like you selling wasausa. The mockery wasn't getting to me. Like people used to mock at me. Look at you are selling water. Like people laugh at me, but it never got to me. You see water, when you are selling water, it's people used to look down on you when you are selling water. People don't respect people selling water. So I just, like, it didn't get to me. It was very challenging. And when you are selling water, the work is very hard. Water work is very hard, but still, it never, like, I was pushing, my mom was helping, everyone, my sisters, everyone was helping. So I used to get people outside the country. They were more interested in the water. They want me to export to them. But when I always tell them, when I make it in a freezing form, it will get bad. So I had to think and then try and get a solution on how to get it in a dry form so that I can export. So I made it in a dried form, but me making it in a dry form, it was very hard for me to get a recipe on how to prepare it back to the normal form. So it took me about 2 years to get the knowledge on how to get the water from the dry form to the fresh form. So after the 2 years, I got the recipe right, and then I started making it in the dry form, and I started exporting. Anytime someone asks me, maybe, do you have wele? Like, one thing about me is I always go into products that everyone don't want to sell. Even charcoal, I will do it. Any work, any dirty work, that will give me money. So far as it's halal, I'm going to do it. I don't care about how people will see me. They'll be like, such a nice lady like you selling all these rubbish.
A lot of young ladies, a lot of people in the beauty industry to a large extent. She's been on several great platforms, including the MTN Pulse. She's recently also been appointed as a committee member on the Ghana Standards Authority Committee for Cosmetics. And I think that's an amazing feat we need to celebrate. So, distinguished ladies, and of course the few gentlemen here who are here to support us on this lovely day. It's all about celebrating Mum-preneurs. I want you to kindly help me celebrate and receive at the stage an exemplary, an excellent, and an outstanding Mum-preneur in our midst today. She is Mrs. Stephanie Edu Congo, and she's the CEO of Color Box Cosmetics. You can see it all over her. She rightly represents her brand. Please do it better for her.
Thank you and good evening. Now, in the spirit of being authentic, let me say that I am yet to become a mum. I am a fabulous auntie. I'm the best auntie in the whole wide world. I am also a mother figure to many. And for me, the honor here, why I accepted to come to be in the fabulous presence of women, is because I am in constant awe of the strength of women who are mothers and entrepreneurs. We have these big topics. I like to break it down so that everybody at any stage can connect it with where they are in business and make it practical and do the job. So, I want to leave you with 3 things concerning this topic. Digital marketing tools that help you increase your revenue and profits. Now, digital marketing, for those who are still hesitant to get into, I want you to know something. that you better start now, because digital marketing is not going anywhere. It is the future. So make sure that you're just doing your best to learn how to do it. Because as I said, we're not going back, we are going forward. Okay, so it's really important. Try your best to figure it out, but I'm here to help. So 3 points. The first point that I think so many business owners don't do enough of, and I myself have been guilty of this, is to not pay attention to the data. Many of you are actively selling, whether it's products or services. When was the last time you actually looked at the data? Now, what do I mean? It can be as basic as not assuming what your best sellers are, but actually having the facts and figures to show you what your best sellers are. What is bringing you money? What are the most popular products? And then go a step further and then find out why. Don't assume that you know what's in the minds of your customers. Ask them and gather that information. That is data. When you have that information, you can make smart business decisions that will allow you to increase your revenue very quickly. And as you work on the bigger stuff, not only do you see your brand progress, but you can also see your pocket also get bigger. Your business cannot grow if you focus in the business every single day and you don't work on the business. So one of the things, as I was saying, is, and let's make this practical. Let's say I sell shoes. And I realize this style of shoe sells really well. So now my job would be, how do I get that shoe at a cheaper price from my wholesaler, supplier, wherever I'm getting it? Or if I make the shoe, how do I now get materials cheaper in that sense? Maybe it's about negotiation. Now, as women, and I'm sure as mothers, when you are now buying food, when you're buying anything, you guys know how to negotiate. It's that same skill that you will now take for your business, and you will negotiate. You will get the best price without compromising the quality. You will get the best price, and then you'll be able to still sell your product at whatever price you know you can sell it at, but you have now increased your profits. I'm proud and now intentional about it. It's not just about selling your products. First of all, for every single business owner, this is such an important question for you to answer. The question is, what problem is my product solving? What problem is my product or service solving? If you can't answer that question, then it's going to be very difficult for your customers to patronize you. You have to be very clear about why someone should choose your business or your product over someone else's. Now, when you have that one down and you start building community, that means you are actually giving value to your community. You're even sharing tips, tricks. You're making them feel welcome. You're giving excellent customer service. You're going above and beyond for them. You are having a transparent order process so that they know they can trust you. They know that they can refer you. What does the power of a loyal community bring? It brings free marketing. These people in your community, your customers, they go out and they spread the word about your business. In fact, some of them can even sell it better than you because they know who they're selling it to.
Connect 2024. And can this be captured on video as well, please? So that we have a good footage to show. So, are we good? Okay, so on the count of 3, 3, 2, 1, action! Mum-preneur Connect 2024. And then the second one will be I am enough. Okay, are we good? 3, 2, 1, go! I am enough. And then the last one will be celebrating Mum-preneurs. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go! Celebrating Mum-preneurs. Round of applause. Thank you. So please, we can take our seats back. But I don't see a lot of hands up anyway. So this goes a long way to show that we are in this together. We've been fighting for gender equality, gender parity for a long time. But we are in this together because there are so many good men out there who support genuinely the cause of women. And this is one of them. I saw his LinkedIn, the video on LinkedIn, and I was like, wow. This is a typical example of a he for she, as the UN would put it. So please, without much ado, I want us to welcome at the stage Mr. Kojo N. Owusu, the founder of Mum-preneur Connect. Please give him a sound of applause. Let's celebrate him. Give him fans, give him fans. He has a short message for us. And after his message, he's going to present the few awards to outstanding women who were nominated on social media for their great efforts in entrepreneurship. Do it better for me, please. For him.
Hello, good evening. Wow, I'm overwhelmed, and I didn't really prepare a speech. You know, I'm just overwhelmed by the numbers and the love and support so far. It was a dream. One day I just woke up. I think it was in January, and I was in one of the places I work, and we're looking for something to do in the morning. And then we said, oh, let's do like a place where mothers can come with their kids. So it was like, okay, we're looking for a name, and then we said, okay, Mum-preneur. So it's a restaurant, but we're looking for a place where mothers who work like freelance and all that could come with their kids. So that was where we coined Mum-preneur. So it just dropped as a name, and then from January moving out to May, there was Mother's Day. And where I work, I'm the marketing manager and events manager. So I come up with like event strategies and marketing strategies as well. So I was supposed to come up with an event pre-Mother's Day and actually on Mother's Day. And I was like, okay. Then the name dropped again, Mum-preneur. And I was like, okay, but I have an event production company specialized in networking events. So I said, okay, how do I relate this to mothers? Then the Connect came, and then it became Mum-preneur Connect. And here we are. So it's been a rough journey. It hasn't been easy at all. The first edition was good. I had support from some very good friends, Lauren, Yayua. They all came together, things for me pro bono. And up to now, they're not even being paid yet. And I hope that this will become big enough that I'll be able to pay all of them. But I really, really appreciate them. And I don't take it for granted at all. And I also like to appreciate some very good people that I've met. Mr. Mauli Gavo of, I'm sure some of you know him on your streams, He's also been very helpful to me. I told him about this initiative, and all he has been to me is helpful, and I'm really appreciative. And my former boss, she's not here, Miss Kulu. She's the CEO of Club Smooth and Paradiso Nightclub. She's also been very good to me. I had a first edition at a restaurant. So moving forward, I created this to be a platform where mothers can come, share ideas, network, and most importantly, collaborate and build their businesses. Because I believe that, we can only move forward by collaborating. We can only move forward by collaborating and working together. And as women, when you come together, amazing things do happen. So this was a dream, and it has become reality. And I couldn't have done it without all of you. And I'm greatly appreciative. Thank you all for coming. And to all my mompreneurs, this is just the beginning of something very beautiful and something very, very big. Thank you once again, and I'm humble. Thank you. When it comes to funding to execute this, and I got depressed. That was even like a week to the event. Because, it's been a rough journey. A big company promised us money and they never came. I don't want to mention that. But this woman came through for me out of nowhere. And she was able to give me money, which I was able to even use to pay for the space. So I'm really, really appreciative, Ms. Ikea of SAPS Logistics. I don't know if she's here, but thank you very much. And I'm indebted to you forever. Thank you.
Okay, so a little about my journey as well. So from the beginning of the session, I've been holding this. So this is like my cue card, my old cue card, yes, and it has my name on it, my brand name on it. So this is Carley Metal, and Karley, and then metal is METTLE, as in Joe Metal. Okay, so I basically am a marketing communications professional. I've worked with some financial institutions, banks, what have you, studied a little by the grace of God, and I've always had the passion of helping people to achieve their ambitions in the right way. So when I see somebody and I see something little that needs some help, that needs some support, I try and reach out to the person and see how best I can assist. So my aim in life is to help people achieve their ambitions in the right way. However, I've always had the interest in public speaking, presentations, what have you. And I used to be a very shy, quiet person, but interestingly, anytime I hold a microphone, I turn out to be interestingly different, so turn out to be engaging, what have you. And so I quite remember that about some years ago, about 10 years ago, when I completed university, I joined a community church near where I live. And the first day the pastor saw me, he's not a prophet, by the way. Pastor, he was like, oh, he told my mom that I didn't know you have another Miss Ghana, and I feel you can be an MC in this church. So this was me, I just nodded my head, okay. So seriously to their word, they took me up, and then they started training me. Some gentlemen in the church who were already doing that. So I also took it seriously. I started, and then day in, day out, whenever there's a church event, children's event, Mother's Day, women's ministry, men's ministry, whatever thing, they would call me to MC in church. And then one day I was there. I was working in the bank from my national service, what have you. And I just had this feeling that, no, this is just not my thing. I felt I was misplaced, what have you. So I just felt, no, this MCing thing I've been doing in church, I could take it out publicly. And so I spoke to my pastor that this is what I strongly feel. What do you think? As if I wanted to hear from God, but through the pastor. Funny, Ghanaians. Anyway, so he said, he said one phrase that stuck, really struck me and stuck with me to date. He said, if dreams are free, why dream small? If dreams are free, why dream small? Dream big. And yeah, I started dreaming big. Lo and behold, one day I met the curator of TEDx at a place I went to make inquiries in a school. And I was just chatting with a gentleman who was an administrator. And he asked me, what am I interested in? That was besides the main reason I went there, the inquiries I went to make. I was like, I like public speaking, I MC in church, I sing, I do blah, 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 blah. So he was like, okay, have you heard of TEDx? Please, how many of us know TEDx? TEDx, Accra International, what have you. It's like a huge speaking platform where speakers come to share, their expertise, experience, and motivate people, especially the youth. So I said, okay, I've heard of it. He was like, would you like to moderate a TEDx event? I said, yes, why not? So in like a month's time, they called me to moderate an event at the British Council. I should co-moderate with someone, I think it was Peace Hyde at the time. Okay. Peace Hyde is now the executive director of Netflix. I think so, then she had just come to Ghana. So she moderated the main event, and I was doing like red carpets and stuff. And then they were like, oh, honey, I think that you did well, and so we'll give you a bigger platform. So April 2016, National Theatre, TEDx had a grand event, over 1,000 people, and I was the MC. Just like that, in a very limited space of time, when I said I want to take this thing out of my comfort zone. And then it went on and on and on. I was still working in the bank, by the way, but I was a marketing practitioner. And so whenever I go and see my clients, I sell the bank's products, and I also sell my personal products, you know. So it went on and on and on. In a year's time, I hosted a state event with the president there, with the United States ambassador to Ghana there, with the Minister of Trade, the list goes on and on. And then people started booking me for events and all that. So I decided to brand myself. My full name is a very long name, Naadu Kale Metal Adu. So I said, no, it has to resonate and sound well in people's ears and for them to remember. So Kale Metal, because metal is already a household name. So I was like, use the metal. So the British people, they call me Kale Metal, but I know what it is. But it's all part of the branding, by the way. So Kale Metal, and then I spoke with a few people who were supporting me and all that. And we came up with the tagline, Ghana's female corporate MC. Because I realized that I was good with corporate events, and so I started hosting lots of corporate events. And then, long story short, I got married at a point, I had kids, and so I also left the bank because I wanted to focus on what I felt my real purpose in life was for. And so after that, I decided to come back. So I rebranded myself to Kale Metal, but with a new tagline, The Voice Beyond Borders. The Voice Beyond Borders, because the initial tagline was Ghana, but now I want to go beyond Ghana. And in addition to MCing, I added other services. That is voiceovers, events, consulting, support services, what have you. And by the grace of God, that was March. When I rebranded, I came out strong. International doors opened onto me. And that was because of what I decided would be my new tagline, The Voice Beyond Borders. And so my simple message for us to climax the night is that don't dream small, don't think small, dream big, think small. Sorry, dream big, think big, and do big. Dream big, think big, and do big. I'm not saying that go out and pretend to be who you are not, or try to copy people because of what you see on social media, but know that whatever, devoid of whatever religion you belong to, whether it is God, Jesus Christ, or Allah, or Muhammad, or whoever, you know that we're created in God's image and likeness. And if your God is big, you are also big within. And so you can do big things that will not just, amaze people, but big things that will inspire and impact people and transform lives and bring you to the point where you are supposed to be. So without much ado, without further talking, thank you so much for coming here tonight, all the way to Clogsag Ministries. It was very difficult for me when the venue was changed from Atlantic Mall to here because I live closer there. But, the vision is really big, and it's really inspired me to come here and meet all of you wonderful Mum-preneurs. A round of applause for yourselves. It's been amazing. Thank you to all who came here. I hope you've learned a lot. I hope you've been inspired, you've been encouraged and motivated. See you next year at Mum-preneur Connect 2025. It's going to be bigger, better, and amazing. So please, let's keep connecting on social media via Odum Events, and then via myself, Kale Metal, Instagram, and all other social media handles. I'll be glad to speak to you any day, anytime. Thank you so much. Round of applause.